This is true. What is this planet coming to? What is going on? First of all, I am so
Sometimes
confused.
we assume that every queer person knows it from the beginning. Most of us do, but we don't necessarily know.
We get to do popular. Can you believe that we're doing popular? It's gonna be so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame.
Should Ethan be worried about Cynthia Erivo's intense fascination with Ariana Grande? Because honestly, it's starting to look a little strange. Fans online are calling it cringe, and some are even whispering that Cynthia might secretly be connected to why Ariana suddenly pressed pause on those wedding plans. Sounds wild, right? But with every new clip and interview surfacing, something just doesn't sit right. Now, even though Ariana is currently recovering from COVID, with her brother Frankie Grande telling E! News that she's doing fine and resting during the Wicked for Good press tour, the internet just can't let this theory go. People keep pulling up past moments between Ariana and Cynthia, replaying interviews, red carpet clips, and behind-the-scenes footage. And the more fans look, the more they start saying, wait, something's really up here.
Yeah,
I was really thinking, I just wanted to make sure my friend was safe.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't mean us harm, but you never know with those things, and I wanted to make sure that she was.
It totally makes sense that Ariana would step back and rest, but what's raising eyebrows is how Cynthia suddenly seems emotionally attached. Some fans have even joked that she's acting like Ariana is her twin flame, and the vibe is throwing everyone off. The theory really exploded after a report started going viral online, claiming Cynthia had finally put a label on her connection with Ariana. And the label itself? People can't even figure it out. According to that report, they're supposedly in some sort of non-demi-curious, semi-binary relationship. And yeah, nobody knows what that's supposed to mean. The internet is spinning with confusion and wild speculation, and every new detail just makes the whole situation sound even stranger. So apparently this whole non-demi, semi-binary curious label is supposed to mean they're not officially a couple, but they're curious about what that could mean. So basically, it's not a relationship, but it's also not a relationship. It's close but not official, open but not defined. Like, what are we even doing here? The whole thing sounds more confusing the more you think about it. Now sure, Cynthia has openly identified as queer and bisexual, something she's always spoken about proudly, especially in her 2022 British Vogue interview. But just because someone's part of the LGBTQ+ community doesn't mean every friendship automatically turns romantic. That's definitely not how it works. Still, this non-demi, semi-binary curious label had fans raising eyebrows big time. To a lot of people, it sounded less like a casual friendship term and more like someone carefully dancing around a serious crush they don't want to admit. And if things weren't already strange enough, the next morning the internet completely lost it.
It all kind of happened the way it did because of that and because we were supposed to be in each other's lives. I really do. Oh my God, sorry.
No, that's like
I
the
love her
theme
so
of what I
much.
just
Yeah,
said.
you got tattoos like a
Yes,
bunch,
we
right?
did. Yeah,
Yes.
we did. We have both.
Where are they? What are they?
On our hands.
We have for good on our hands.
Yes.
And they,
Now that's
in
in, like,
we got them on opposite, so when we hold hands, they touch. It's so crazy.
It's ridiculous. We have our
It's a lot.
puppies.
We have our poppies.
Oh, I love the poppy.
Someone uploaded a clip from a Wicked press moment where producer Mark Platt gently touched Ariana's arm. Super normal, totally innocent. But right after that, Cynthia swooped in, grabbed Ariana's arm, and gave a little kiss on the exact same spot. Fans instantly started commenting like crazy, saying it almost looked like Cynthia was marking territory. One comment that blew up said, "Can't have a man touching her," and honestly, that summed up the vibe perfectly. But the story didn't stop there. If you thought that arm moment was odd, what happened next made fans even more certain that Cynthia might be a little too focused on Ariana. During the Wicked for Good premiere in Singapore, a super excited fan sprinted up toward Ariana, completely ignoring boundaries. And let's just say, Cynthia's reaction had everyone talking. And speaking of this whole mirroring energy between Cynthia and Ariana, things just got even deeper. These two actually have matching tattoos. Cynthia proudly showed hers off online, posting a photo and writing a long emotional message about how Ariana is 1 in a million. She even said that if she could relive the whole Wicked journey again, she'd still choose Ariana as her Glinda. Cynthia called Ariana a gift and said she felt lucky to have crossed paths with her, and that message had fans talking nonstop. Now, tattoos between co-stars aren't totally unheard of. Lots of people do it for memories. But longtime Ariana fans instantly noticed something familiar. They remembered 2018, when Ariana and Pete Davidson also got matching tattoos during their whirlwind romance. And when that relationship ended, both of them rushed to cover or remove those tattoos completely. So of course, fans started wondering, is this a pattern repeating itself? Could this be another situation where emotions got a little too intense, too fast?
Through this press tour, something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
What was it like working with your girlfriend every day?
Well, I mean, the entire cast was incredible, and Ariana's brilliant, and Cynthia is remarkable, and so getting to watch those two women perform at such a high level.
Yeah. People online started debating whether Cynthia might be getting too attached to someone who clearly just needs peace and recovery right now. And right when those discussions started heating up, a new clip appeared online that made everything sound even stranger. In the video, some fans claimed that Cynthia's behavior seemed a bit too controlling, especially during public appearances. One person even commented, "She's showing the world she's the dominant one in this connection," while another user chimed in saying, "Her constant closeness feels like she's testing boundaries. And since Ariana stays calm in public, she probably knows Ariana won't react." Now, nobody's saying any of this is confirmed. These are all fan interpretations and speculation. But it's clear that people are reading way into every single move between Cynthia and Ariana. The online theories are running wild, and the more clips surface, the more people can't stop talking about what's really going on behind the scenes. Some fans online have even shared emotional takes, suggesting that Ariana's past trauma, especially how deeply affected she was after the tragic concert bombing, may have left her more emotionally open or vulnerable in certain friendships. Comments like that have gained thousands of likes, showing just how many people seem to share that same concern. And honestly, after seeing everything unfold, you can kind of understand why Ethan Slater might be feeling a little uneasy about all this. Anyone would raise an eyebrow after watching those clips and interviews. The energy between Ariana and Cynthia definitely has people talking. Just when fans thought things couldn't get more complicated, the breakup rumors between Ariana and Ethan started heating up again. They were still showing up at the same Wicked for Good premieres, the same red carpets, the same events, but their vibe felt completely different. Instead of looking like a couple, people said they were acting more like friendly co-workers who barely knew each other. No photos together, no sweet gestures, not even a shared smile, and that only made the internet go even crazier. Then came the Today Show moment that made everything explode again. The host casually asked Ethan what it was like working with his girlfriend every day, and instead of giving a direct answer, he totally sidestepped the question. He just said the whole cast was incredible, and then complimented both Ariana and Cynthia at the same time, like he was trying to keep everything perfectly neutral. Fans caught that instantly, and social media blew up with comments like, "Come on, we all saw that dodge." The tension between them was impossible to ignore. Not long after that Today Show moment, the tension between Ariana, Cynthia, and Ethan started spilling into public events, and fans caught every single second of it. During one of the last Wicked for Good press appearances, Ariana looked noticeably distant, keeping conversations short and polite while Cynthia hovered close by, smiling at her every move. Cameras captured Cynthia reaching out to touch Ariana's hand a few times, and you could practically feel the awkward energy through the screen. Fans immediately started dissecting every tiny moment, saying things like, "She's way too focused on Ariana," and you can literally see Ethan trying to stay calm. Then came the red carpet photo call, and things got even messier. When photographers asked for group shots, Ariana subtly shifted her position, keeping a bit of distance from Cynthia. But the internet noticed that Cynthia tried to close the gap every single time, standing closer and leaning in. It didn't take long before side-by-side clips of their body language were going viral everywhere, with viewers claiming they could feel the tension between all three of them. And while none of the stars have commented directly, insiders have been whispering that the mood behind the scenes has been tense for weeks. Apparently, production staff noticed that Ethan started showing up separately and leaving events early, something he never did before. Whether it's pure coincidence or quiet damage control, one thing's clear. Everyone's watching closely now, waiting for the next awkward moment to drop. Then came the social media wave that flipped everything upside down. Fans began flooding Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram with wild theories, emotional breakdowns, and even edited montages comparing old Ariana clips to her recent ones. Some users pointed out how Ariana looked more guarded lately, while others swore she seemed visibly uncomfortable whenever Cynthia got too close. One viral comment with over 50,000 likes read, "Ariana's smile looks different when she's with Cynthia. It's polite, not genuine." But what really set the internet ablaze was a post that allegedly came from one of the Wicked crew members, claiming that the energy between Ariana and Cynthia has become distracting on set. The post was deleted within hours, but screenshots had already spread everywhere. People started accusing Cynthia of overstepping boundaries, while others defended her, saying she's just expressive and passionate by nature. Meanwhile, Ariana stayed completely silent online, only posting soft promotional content for Wicked for Good and a few pictures of her pets. But fans weren't buying it. They flooded her comment section with questions like, "Are you okay?" and "Is everything fine with Ethan?" The silence only fueled more speculation. And just when the buzz started cooling down, Cynthia posted a photo of her and Ariana laughing backstage with the caption, "Real connections don't need to be explained." That line alone reignited the internet chaos instantly. Some fans called it sweet, others called it cryptic, but everyone agreed the drama wasn't slowing down anytime soon. Now the rumors have officially jumped from fan gossip to insider talk. Entertainment blogs started reporting that certain Wicked producers were keeping an eye on how this dynamic might affect press tours and future collaborations. One anonymous source allegedly said, "Ariana's trying to keep things professional, but the public energy between her and Cynthia is hard to manage." That single quote sent shockwaves through fan pages overnight. Even a few industry reporters started hinting that Ethan has quietly pulled back from attending joint events. They claimed he's been focusing more on personal projects and avoiding questions about his relationship entirely. When a journalist asked him during a podcast interview whether the rumors were true, Ethan simply laughed and said, "I think people read too much into things," which only made fans more curious. Meanwhile, Ariana's PR team seems to be stepping in. Her recent appearances are calm, polished, and drama-free. But Cynthia? She's still posting heartfelt captions about connection and soul energy. And fans can't help but think those are low-key aimed at Ariana. Some commenters even joked, "This is turning into a real-life movie, and no one knows how it's going to end." The whispers are getting louder, and Hollywood insiders are reportedly divided on what's really going down behind the cameras. Whether it's just friendship taken out of context or something deeper that's being quietly managed, one thing's certain: every move from here on out is under a microscope, and the tension isn't letting up anytime soon. Fans immediately started speculating that the relationship between Ariana and Ethan might be either over or barely holding on. People online couldn't stop pointing out that if everything were fine between them, Ethan would have just answered that question naturally. One viral comment read, "LOL, that dodge of the girlfriend question says everything. If they were really in love, he'd be happy to talk about her." Another person jumped in with, "He's probably under an NDA with Ariana," suggesting that maybe there's something he just can't discuss publicly. And honestly, when you start piecing everything together, the physical distance between them, the careful answers in interviews, the awkward red carpet energy, it all starts painting a pretty clear picture. Fans feel like the trail keeps leading in one direction, and somehow it always circles back to Cynthia Erivo. At this point, the situation feels bigger than just a behind-the-scenes friendship or a movie co-star dynamic. The conversations have officially moved beyond the Wicked press tour. Now, it's become a full-on cultural debate about boundaries, image, and emotional connection. People can't stop asking the same burning question: what happens next? Because whatever direction this story takes, it's clear that things are shifting fast, and no one's quite prepared for what might come next in this tangled trio's real-life storyline.